Hello, welcome back to the channel as I try and dissect another terrible afternoon at Vicarage Road. Where do I even begin with this? I found Ed Steele's post-match comments very telling and interesting. It almost was reminiscent actually of when Javi Gracia resigned. If you all remember, going back to the end of January, the day prior to his resignation, Javi Gracia went on a long ramble to the media in his post-match press conference about how he had to speak to Gino Pozzo and understand the plan moving forward. And what Ed Steele said today is very reminiscent of that. He's called out the number of out-of-contract players we have in the summer, the high number of loans at the club currently, discipline and work ethic at the training ground, senior players, several of them turning up late this week and not participating in group training. This club is only going one way, and that is down to League One. And the stats absolutely back that up. Since January 1st, Watford are 22nd in the Championship form table. Only Leicester City and Sheffield Wednesday have failed to pick up more points than Watford. If Ed Steele isn't gone tonight, he will be in a couple of weeks. It is inevitable now. Who comes in next? Only time will tell, but the cycle continues. The common denominator is Gino Pozzo, Scott Duxbury, Gianluca Nani, and if you dive even deeper, there's probably more names we've not mentioned as well. There are good people working at Watford, some I know personally, and they want the very best for our football club. Unfortunately, we are owned by someone who, quite frankly, no longer knows what he's doing. We are purely, in my opinion, a player trading model, and that doesn't match with the messaging that's peddled to us in the summer transfer windows. We're constantly told playoffs, playoffs, playoffs. Premier League, Premier League, Premier League. We want to bring Watford back to the very top. But given how we operate, that is never going to happen. I myself have been calling for a very long time for us to invest in not necessarily saleable assets with potential, but more so hardened, seasoned championship pros who can steady the ship and make us a more consistent side. Unfortunately for Gino Pozzo, those players don't hold resale value. And I fear that's why we've never really gone down that road in recruitment. I thought Hector Cipriani in the summer was a smart pickup. And whilst he's not lit the world alight, we need more players like that. Those who have been in the English Football League and understand what it's about. I don't actually mind if Watford don't go back to the Premier League for quite a long period of time. I'm quite comfortable being a championship club. And if that was communicated to us and made clear, I think I would accept that. What I can't take, though, is the messaging during the summer that we are looking to invest, we are looking to get back to the Premier League. And then actually, when the recruitment and results don't match that, that's where the problems arise. Where do we go from here? I don't know. I want to give full credit to Sheffield Wednesday and their fans for making the journey down south to Vicarage Road today. They were in fine voice throughout and had a seasoned pro up front in Patrick Bamford, who took his chances very nicely indeed. I also found it fitting that Chris Wilder was in the opposition dugout as well. And I hope, as much as Gino Pozzo is probably an egotistical idiot, I do hope he felt a slight bit of embarrassment today watching Chris Wilder turn over his weak, passive Watford side who have been on the beach for a real long time now. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your time. It's been a short one today, but I had to make my feelings very clear. There's not much more for me to say. I could sit here and dissect the goals, but you don't want to hear that. We're past that point now. I reiterate the stats to you that I outlined earlier. Since January 1st, Watford are 22nd in the form table, with only Leicester City and Sheffield Wednesday picking up fewer points. This is panic stations now. If this summer goes badly wrong and the next managerial appointment doesn't go to plan, we are absolutely getting relegated next season. I can categorically tell you that today. Without a doubt, I am really concerned about the future of our football club. Now, of course, fans are entitled to protest how they feel. For me personally, I have purchased my season ticket for next season. I will always do that because I don't necessarily go for the football, right? I support Watford Football Club. I support the team. I want them to do well. But I also enjoy the social aspect. I enjoy meeting up with friends, talking to people I know. That's why I go to football, and I'm sure many of you are the same. But protests can happen. You can also not renew your season ticket if you choose to. You can not purchase food in the stadium. You can choose to not buy the new kits when they're released next season. There's lots you can do as fans if you want to protest against the ownership. That's totally up to you. It's not for me sitting here today to dictate to you what to do. But I've made my feelings very clear. If you don't want to do anything I just suggested, the main tool you have is your voice. When you're in the stadium, at Vicarage Road, or at away games, make your feelings clear to the hierarchy. There's not much more you can do as fans. It is our club. We love the club and we support the club. But as it stands currently and for the foreseeable future, our club is owned by a clown in Gino Pozzo. And until he goes, I fear we're going to continue on this same downward trajectory. West Brom on Tuesday, followed by Middlesbrough away from home, and the season concludes against high-flying Coventry City, who have just secured promotion back to the big time in the Premier League. A big congratulations to them, and I'm sure they'll be having a promotion party at Vicarage Road on the final day, whilst we as fans are questioning the future and long-term stability of our club. I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.